tap, hello. Boy, that was probably obnoxious. Anyway, oh, it's Sunday, and it's after 5 o'clock, which means I'm supposed to do one of these lives, and I decided I'm actually going to do it on time this week. You'll have to excuse my lazy attire. I am wearing pants, well, shorts. Anyway, shirts are not needed right now because I'm in the Caribbean and it's hot. And how's everyone going out there? No people are here right now, so I'm just gonna yammer on to myself for a minute. Let's see, what's going on with me lately? Well, I started working on my bathroom. My bathroom is right behind here. Oh, and this right here. You know how a little while ago I bought a can of spray mirror? Well, I don't know if you can see it that well from there, but this is now mirrored. I sprayed it on the other side. Although to get it to work pretty well, I had to put a piece of dark paper taped up on the other side, so to block light from coming through that way. Anyway, seems to work pretty well. I made a video about making that. But back here is my bathroom. And I've decided I want to fancify my bathroom. Not super fancy, but fancier, you know? Mr. Landfill, how's it going? Oh my God, no shirt. I know. Wait, what time of year is this right now? This is like summer, right? Everyone should be wearing no shirts, at least Northern Hemisphere. Wait, it's July, right? I think it's July, like mid-July. Yeah, it's totally summer all over the Northern Hemisphere. Those Australians, they might be wearing some clothes, but yeah, Northern Hemisphere, totally not needed. I'm also cooking right now. And true, it is summer. That's right. Right now I'm cooking. I'm rendering some fat. I need to make sure it doesn't burn. So if I run off for a second, yeah, let's go look at it. Let's see. Just turn my camera around here. Oh wow, that's pretty much done. Shake the moisture off the lid. I'll give it another minute or two. Anyway, that's all pork skin in there, although it has a fair amount of meat in it. I'm gonna eat good tonight. Mod check. Had to change my breaker box. The old one tried to burn my house down. That's terrible, Mr. Landfill. I'm glad your house didn't burn down. Anyway, so that stove there, it's like an insulated tube, otherwise known as a rocket stove. So the inner tube, it's got two tubes, right? It's got one inner tube of steel and then an outer tube. You can see the outer tube looked fine, but the inner tube has rotted away. Rot is probably the wrong word. I think it's just rusted away from the heat and moisture because I burned wet wood in there because I'm too lazy to make an indoor thing. Anyway, I'm gonna eroded. Yeah, eroded's a good word. So I'm making a new inner tube and I'm gonna make it so that it has like an air inlet that pushes air in like halfway up. Anyway, I'm making it fancier than it was before. And I think I'm going to try to take care of it now. Because this one that I've been cooking on, I've not been that nice to it. I put wet wood in there and sometimes I get it super hot. It's not the nicest conditions for some steel. And you know what? I think that fat is probably good. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. Funny thing is, I've been, you know what? I'm gonna put some water on it and let it keep going for a while. Because I've been cooking it for, I don't know, like 2 hours. And hold on. There, now it'll be good for at least another half an hour. I've been cooking it for 2 hours. And I was like, well, why don't I just do my live while I'm waiting for this thing to cook? Because I only need to check it every 10 or 15 minutes, so I could totally do this. And then, it's done. So I put some more water in there and it's going. I also, the mirror looks good. Oh yeah, here, let me, so he's talking about this thing right here, mirror. Let's flip our thing around. There it is. Yeah, not bad. It's like a little bit foggy, It's not the best mirror, but it's totally decent. It's a decent mirror. And if the lighting, if I get actually in the light, it looks better. Yeah. All right. So I'm working on my bathroom this week because I wanted to make it more fancy, to attract the chicks and stuff. Well, I mean, partly I just wanted to make a fancier bathroom. Partly because the toilet situation. I haven't showed my toilet, and it's because, oh God, people are always so crazy about toilets. I don't even want to talk about toilets. Oh, you know what for a long time, I mean, I still do this. I sometimes refer to people who live in major cities as toilet people. Because man, people get so crazy about toilets. Like they're all like they plan their lives around toilets and where there's going to be a toilet, and they're always like, "Oh, the toilet was gross." And dude, all toilets are gross. You're putting your bare bum somewhere that who knows who put their bare bum. So it's like you're putting your bare bum up against someone else's bare bum. There are some people on the planet that, if I put my bare bum against their bare bum, I'd be like, whatever. But the large majority of people, I do not want my bare bum touching their bare bum. So the whole toilet situation is just weird to me. So I don't like sit down toilets. So in my house, I have a squat toilet, otherwise known as a Chinese squat toilet, because that's where I first encountered these in normal life. Like I'd heard of, squat toilet before, and I'd squatted in the woods before, but like in China, it's a pretty standard toilet, unless you're, in a white people hotel or whatever. But anyway, I always have a squat toilet, and the squat toilet I made here, it was just like basically a nicely shaped impression into the concrete floor, and then a tube going, S-shaped tube going out to the septic thing. But it was a nicely shaped hole in the concrete. I don't want to just have bare concrete pooping and peeing on that. So I lined it with epoxy. It was white epoxy that stains incredibly easily. So before I even used the thing, like just dirt from the floor, like from water, because that was my only drain. There's a drain in the floor. So if I'm ever washing anything, I'd take it in the bathroom. And like just dirt from the floor was running into the toilet, into this epoxy lined thing, and just turning the epoxy brown. So it just turned brown, and like brown is not the color you want a toilet to be. So I was just like, oof, I'm not going to show that thing. But anyway, a few days ago, I was like, you know what? I want to make this nicer. So I did this. Here, I'm just going to show it. Let's open my thing here. Turn my camera around. Come on, camera. You got to turn around the other way. Okay. So, I'm blocking the thing. So that's my toilet now. Hold on. So it's stainless steel, and nothing sticks to it. Like you can have 4 kids crapping all over the place in there, and it just goes right down. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, and I'm gonna tile all around it and everything to make it nice. And someone's gonna ask, well, why don't we have a sit-down toilet? I'll have a sit-down toilet for other people, but just the idea of sitting on something that everyone else puts their butt on. No thanks, man. Yeah, and like, it's funny because I'm gonna have to say all this in a video when I do the bathroom too, of course. So I'm just gonna be repeating myself. But like people actually get stools now, special stools to make it so when you're on those sit-down toilets, you're in more of a squatting position because it's healthier for you, because we evolved to poop in a squatting position, not a sitting position. Which is just silly. Like, why don't you just squat? Oh, I don't want to have to hold up my own body weight. Dude, when I can't hold up my own body weight, that's when I'm like ready to die. I don't want to live past that point. Anyway, so that's some of the stuff I've been working on. What else is going on around here? Oh, you know what else? Oh, I mean, this is nothing new. Oh, I keep squishing. There's like some ants that keep getting in here. So every time I see one, I'm squishing it. So that's what I'm doing every time I go like that. Anyway, this is not new information to me, But just every once in a while, it becomes more in my face, and I'm just like, oh. So like 90% of the problems we have are just made up garbage that we're doing to ourselves. Like there's so many people in the world who just create problems, and it's so frustrating to deal with them. Oh my God, it's so annoying. And like every time I have to deal with like people in the normal world, or, I have a couple people in my everyday life that I have to deal with who are just problem creators. Just like everything has to be like 5 times harder than it needs to be. And then it's like, I'm upset because I've got feelings and I feel like making them be upset. Meh, so now everyone has to pay attention to me and you all have to be upset too. Meh, and now you all have to do things for me. And if you don't do things for me, I'm going to yell and scream and cry and make everyone, oh my God, just shut up and wipe your own ass. Change your own diapers. And I'm not talking about babies. I'm talking about full-grown adults. And not super old people who actually literally have diapers. I'm speaking metaphorically here. Oh my God, like full-grown adults who can't handle their own simplest crap without just moaning and bitching and just trying to drag everyone else's day down. Oh my God. So living here on an island, I don't deal with that all the time. A significant portion of the time, I'm just dealing with myself and my kids. And, my kids cause some problems, but that's because they're kids and it's excusable because as they get older, they cause fewer problems until they hit puberty and then it's like doubled, but then it starts calming down again. Anyway, but most of the time, I'm not dealing with all these horrible people. So man, whenever I do have to, it's just really like, oh God, what the it's sort of like if you go inside on a sunny day, like a sunny winter day, and you get used to the not blinding light. And then you go outside into the blinding light and you're just like, oh God, I can't take it. And then, after a while you get used to it and you're like, okay, I can see again. Oh man, I don't ever want to get used to that horrible people thing. Anyway, let's see what's going on with you guys. All right, Mr. Landfill did not burn down his house. That's excellent. Do you have a kiln? I do not have a kiln. I should though. I mean, at some point I will when I don't know. It's on the list. It's on the list. I have so many things. There's so many things on the list. Evening rock shocks and tomatoes. How's it going, man? I don't get people who have to use public toilets. Just wait. Well, sometimes you gotta go. Like if you're out in public and you gotta go, dude. If I have a choice though, like if I'm out in public and I gotta do number one, I don't really care what it is. I don't have to touch anything. But if I got a deuce and I gotta go and there's like no waiting, which does happen occasionally, every once in a while, you're just like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting too long. I just gotta go now. I would choose squatting in the woods, in the rain, in the dark, with bears and wolves, outside. The squatting in the mud. I would take that over going to some public toilet and putting my butt on some where some pimply, pus-filled butt has just been and just oh yeah, I would totally anything but that. Anything but a public toilet. Oh my God. Yeah. Years ago in Turkey, it was just a concrete hole in the ground. So had to get used to squatting. LOL. 9 holidays years ago. Dude, totally get used. You know when I got used to squatting? Like I grew up with the porcelain throne where you sit down and do your thing, except you're always kind of constipated, which you don't realize until you stop sitting down. When you start squatting, you squat for a while, then you realize the huge difference. Like squatting totally works better when you're pooping. But anyway, I grew up with the regular toilet, the North American toilet, the thing that you sit down on. And then I did some business in other places and whatever. But when I first moved off grid, Like I was just in a tent and there was nothing. I hadn't made anything yet. I was just pooping in the woods. Dig a hole, pooping it, fill the hole in. By the time I'd done that for totally got him. Get out of here, mosquito. Oh, I have the door wide open, that's why. By the time I'd been pooping in the woods for a month, the idea of sitting down to poo was just like, that's just weird. Just because it's like, once I got over this isn't what you're supposed to do because this isn't what I learned. But once I got over that, the squatting for poo was so superior, so much better. And then you know what you do when you're a squat pooper and you have to go to a public toilet. You just stand up on the toilet and do that. Although I have some funny stories about that. That's not going to make any sense to anyone. Let's see. Squatted in a few black bin bags during a storm in my camper too. And no number 2 toilet. How's it going, Nepsy? What's going on? Barity. Looks okay. What looks okay? Oh, the mirror or my toilet? It'll work. Add a bidet. Girls love bidets. Did you make that? Oh, yes, I did make that. Yeah, the toilet is just 2 sheets of stainless steel cut in the right shape and folded and then like crimped together. Like, yeah, just like this. Just crimped together and then smashed with a hammer to make it really and fit it right in there. And once I got it in there, I just put it in like a tile, mortared all around it and then squished it in. It got it all like it is sealed in there. Like it's stuck to the concrete now. I was actually thinking about making a bidet. The way I was thinking about doing it would be to have like maybe like a bucket kind of thing up here with a tube that comes down, and then the tube curves around to aim back up, so squirt at your butt. And then the way you use it is you just take a scoop of water, you pour it up there, and then I don't know, you got like 30 seconds of squirt, and just. I don't want to have like some fancy thing hooked into the plumbing. Actually, none of my house is plumbed. The way I do water in my house, it's got the plumbing for out, but I don't have any plumbing for in. The plumbing for in, there's like to get the water. There's a spigot beside my house, and I go over there, and I fill up these for drinking water, and then I put them up on my filter thing here, and that's how I get the drinking water. And then other things, I either just go outside, like I have showers outside. It's really funny. After going swimming in the ocean, me and 3 little kids are all like in the same shower fighting over. My older daughter is like, no, I'll shower by myself. But yeah, those 3 little kids, they're like, I don't know. It's really funny. It's a circus. But anyway, yeah, I just shower outside. If someone wants to shower inside, they just go get a bucket of water, bring it in, and pour scoops on their head or whatever. And then for like any bathroom water, I just go fill a bucket and bring it in. And now in Vermont, when I first moved off grid, for a while I had a system like that where you had to go get the water. And then I also had a thing where I had a pump. And I greatly preferred going to get the water for a few different reasons. One, it was just something to do. Like every morning, I would just get 2 buckets, go down to the spring, fill them up, and bring them in the house. And while I'm doing that, I would go outside. I would see what's going on. I could kind of like assess the condition of my property or whatever. Maybe I'll see that a tree is going to fall over or has fallen over, or there might be something I need to deal with. Like I don't want to have my house be this thing where I can just be inside my house all the time. And there's never any reason to go outside unless I have a specific reason. Like I really like having the water outside where I have to go, fill up a bucket and then bring it back in. Partly because I like being outside, partly because I like to have reasons to just go around my property for doing things. So yeah, I really like that. Plus, when there's something pumping the water, or in this case, I just have gravity feed. If I had a tube coming in the house from my thing, like going to the sink, people could just leave it on and all the water could disappear. Or if like I had a tube coming to the toilet, oh, this is one reason I don't want, a standardized flush toilet. Even the squat toilet. I don't want someone to be able to push a lever and like 2 gallons of water is just gone. Because it's just, oh my God. No, it's too much. Like, it's so wasteful. I want there to be a little bit of resistance to using water or electricity or anything like that. Just that little bit of resistance makes people think twice about being wasteful, and I find it very helpful, particularly when there are guests who are staying long enough that it matters, So if guests are coming, I make sure that they get water and they know that, that has to happen. Because as soon as they do that, they're like, oh, so I shouldn't just turn the water on all the time. And I'm just like, yeah, you shouldn't do that anyway, but now you get your reason for not doing that because it's something you have to do, Anyway, what was the question? Did I make that? Yeah. Oh, and so this was last week that I made the new toilet, the stainless steel squatty toilet. And first I was like, well, I want to make the bathroom kind of fancy. So let me go online and find like a squat toilet that I can buy, like something that's going to be, all fancy and made in a factory and stuff. And I went on Amazon and there was like one squat toilet and it was like $300 or something. And I was like, and then I looked at some other websites and just like $300 was kind of like an average squat toilet. And I'm like, why are these so expensive? Then I realized there's no demand for them in this hemisphere. Like they're all in China and Turkey, all over there where they're not getting colon cancer and stuff because people squat all the time. And buying one here is just like way overpriced. And then I was like, well, I'm not spending $300 on that. And I was like, I think I can do a good job on one. If I use some stainless steel and be careful and use some really shiny stainless steel, like it's like mirror finish. It has a few scratches because it was, I got it in the junkyard, that piece of stainless steel. But it's like mirror finish in there. And it's been in there for a week. It's been used many times, still shiny and spotless. So, yeah. Hit like, did you make that? Yes. Gypsy Tinker. Straighter back, better than bending over for poop. Straighter back, better than bending over for poop. I don't think that's true. Well, I mean, like, it depends what you mean. If you're saying like don't squat, I mean, yeah, you can squat and you want a straight back. You don't want to be like, wow. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're saying. Yeah, you want a straight back, but like, I don't think it's a problem to bend over for your dupe for a minute. Anyway, LOL, rock shucks. The quality on this live is pretty good today. Well, that's excellent. He's found a non-Faraday cage spot. Oh, you mean because the signal's better? Yeah. Jaimie needs a vent, it seems. Good, get it off your chest, bro. Well, I got to talk about stuff. What am I going to do? You want me to just not talk about anything? Jaimie, I hate to inform you. I live in the tech capital of the world. Oh, Wendy, how's it going? Tech capital of the world, and talk on air to some of the best here. You blow my mind with your abilities to deal with what no one else can. Deal. Yeah, man. Some of the crap I love inanimate objects because they're consistent. They give you feedback, and it will be the same feedback next time you use it. Oh, I love kids. Kids are great to deal with. But man, the problem is like so many people just have all this trauma that they haven't dealt with and don't know how to deal with, and they just like blow up at any second, just and like I get it. I've gone through some crap in my life, but like you gotta figure out how to deal with that stuff, or else it just drags you down for the rest of your life. Anyway, Barry, the older you get, sometimes you just can't hold it. Hello. Oh, you mean when you gotta poop? Yeah, man. When you gotta poop, it's not even an age thing. Like, well, I don't want to talk about anyone specific, but I've known little kids who are like, I gotta go. No, I gotta go like now. Maybe it's that the middle-aged people plan better. I mean, I can't remember the last time I was like out somewhere and like had to go poo desperately. Um, but yeah, maybe if I get old enough, I'll know what you're talking about. Everything's still working so far though. Fancify everything. I don't know. Fancify everything. Well, it depends what you mean by fancy. Like I have a different definition of fancy than a lot of people. I need to go check what I'm cooking. So I'll be back in like 5 seconds. Give me like 5. All right, looking good. I just had to stuff a couple more sticks in there. Fancify everything. I really like a lot of older masonry stuff. That's like the most fancy to me. Like what people call fancy today, I usually think of just as like disposable garbage. I keep a Ziploc bag with alcohol wipes in my pocket in case I have to clean a public toilet before using. Oh. I'd rather stand on the toilet seat and just dive bomb the pool in there. All right, kids, I'm dropping you off at the pool. Get your parachutes out. Oh, that works. If I don't have any of that, I try dry, not the. Oh, you got to work on your typing there. Try not to touch anything. I think is what he's saying. Okay, Wendy has a question. Oh my gosh, this is first question today. So what is the deal with the industrial farm amount of irrigation pipe standing in the living room? Oh, what's the deal with all the pipes? Okay. Well, how do I put this? It's my savings. Like a lot of it is, so she's talking about like, there's a bunch of pipes here, and there's like a bunch of pipes over there and over there. I bought like 200 stainless steel and aluminum pipes, and then a whole bunch of sheet metal too, which is right there. I think that's it. Yeah, with the blue, it's got the blue plastic coating, which I don't like, but whatever, it came with it. I did that because like I always keep some savings, like some money that I don't touch. That's just for the future, maybe for emergency or whatever. Like I always want to keep some kind of financial buffer. I never want to get to the point where I'm like out of money. So I always have some savings, right? The problem with like money savings is that it's always losing value constantly. And particularly when inflation is getting as bad as it's getting lately, for obvious reasons that were really stupid, and I'm not going to get into it. So I was like, all right, I see this inflation storm coming. I want to buy something that's going to retain value. But I didn't want to buy like gold or silver, which is what a lot of people do, because even something like gold or silver is only as valuable as other people think it is, you know? So I wanted to get something that was going to be valuable to me. So I bought a whole bunch of stainless steel stuff. And the stainless steel, 100 years from now, it's going to be in the same condition. And the aluminum sheets and pipes and stuff, all that stuff will last a very long time. And it's going to be worth the same in the future as it is now. Maybe more valuable, I don't know. But it's something that will retain its value. And if I don't end up selling it to anyone else, or if for some reason the value of those things does go down to other people or whatever, it's something I can totally use myself. Like every time I need, well, I'm fixing my stove right now, and I just cut off a chunk of a stainless steel pipe. I think it's the first new pipe that I actually cut, because most of them I'm just storing. So yeah, it's basically just saving a material, saving items that aren't going to lose their value, instead of just saving all cash. Not that I have tons of cash or anything. What's awesome about this whole journey is it's still working out for Jaimie. It's so cool, an achievement to be proud of. One reason I keep tabs on what's happening. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, it is working out pretty well. There are ups and downs, obviously. What I was talking about a little earlier with people causing problems. Oh man, if I could get some of those out of the way, like so many things work out really well when you're like homesteading, living off grid. Like in terms of like exercise, I don't need to exercise on purpose. I do a little bit just to, make sure I stay flexible and stuff. But like I don't need to go to a gym because I have all this digging and moving and planting and doing all this building and doing all this active stuff where I get plenty of exercise doing that. So I take all the energy that would go to a gym and I put it into building stuff. And then all the stuff I build, instead of, used to, when I lived in a city, I would build stuff just for fun, it was like proof of concept kind of stuff and just like for whatever. Now I build stuff that is actually useful to my life and like it adds value to my life. And yeah, just so many things like that do work out really well as long as you plan. I guess that's the biggest thing you have to do when you live off grid and you're like homesteading in the wilderness. Just you got to think about how things are going to work out as time progresses, and you got to plan ahead, and you have to. You can't stop. That's one of the things. So like I wouldn't want to just disappear for a month and come back, because like plants would start taking over my house and bugs would move in, and I don't know. Like it's the kind of thing where you just got to keep at it, and a lot, like everything kind of works out as long as you keep doing a good job, Oh, let's see. Hello and goodbye, everyone. Joseph Blowmeister. My battery's almost gone and my mind needs to rest from too many live streams today. Have fun. Joe Blow, I hope you have a good rest and I hope everything's good. Later, Blow. Or rather, multiple achievements to be proud of. Yeah, I feel like there's an ant. This is what I was talking about, bugs. See, if I let these ants survive when they start walking into my house, they could just set up shop somewhere in here. Oh, what a disaster that would be. Oh, let's see. Hello, Jaimie. Keep being awesome. Well, I will do my best, and you too. You keep being awesome too. Hit that thumb button, people. Who's saying that? Wee-wee. Who's wee-wee? Billy. Everything is too expensive these days, except bananas. Oh, I've got some bananas right. Oh, they don't reach. Right here. I actually don't grow this type of banana. They're hanging up. They're attached to the ceiling. Well, not the ceiling. They're hanging up. But those are primitiva bananas, like primitive bananas, and they're small. But I want to get some of those trees. But right now I have two enormous bunches of bananas right in front of my house. That'll be one I could cut down today. But I'm going to leave it for a few more days just to make sure it's totally developed. Maybe a week, but I'm going to cut it down pretty soon. The problem with these bananas, they're the like the standard bananas that you buy in a North American supermarket, whatever. Like the bunch is freaking enormous. It's like this big, like 100 pounds of bananas all at once. But these primitiva bananas, they're smaller bananas and they come in a smaller bunch, which is kind of easier to manage at one time. Now I do have 4 kids and they're banana pigs, so it's not that hard for me to go through like 250 bananas or whatever I'm gonna get as soon as I cut them down. But yeah, I do want to get some of the smaller ones. Bananas. Are bananas cheap? I don't know. It's the getting used to having your feet on the ground. Oh man, I need some context here. Afghan style. Oh, this is about the squat toilets again. It's the getting used to having your feet on the ground, Afghan style, for the holes in the ground. Bit on a normal toilet, you lean over. Oof, I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, as far as I understand, when you do the squat toilet, the poop and squat toilet, you're supposed to have your feet flat on the ground but my ankles are not that flexible. I'm up on the balls of my feet. It also, I don't know, it just feels like it puts me in a better position. I don't want my feet right on the ground. I don't know. Just have to balance it a little bit. What do you mean by masonry stuff? Okay, masonry stuff is just rock, concrete, rock, masonry. I really like a lot of that old Roman stuff. Like a lot of it still works now, like 1,000 years later. Wait, when was the Roman thing going on? 2000? I don't know. Anyway, there are a lot of stone structures that last super long periods of time because the stone. This is what I love about masonry, just the longevity. And yeah, I would rather build something like a house out of stone that's going to take me 20 times longer than a house out of wood, because it's going to last like 1,000 times longer, you know, which makes it end up being worth it. You just have to put in that first initial investment. Oh, rock shocks. Is this about your typing? Got bad fingers, tendon arthritis. Sorry, if I type slower, it makes less typos. Yeah, no problem, man. Totally cool. I'll try to figure out what you mean anyway. Memory goes to touch type, which does not always work. Yeah. Oh, we got another question here. Question. What do you think to use old wind turbine blades to build smaller fisherman boats like yours? Oh, wait. I think I understand what you're saying. What do you think to use old wind turbine blades to build small fisherman boats like yours? So I think what you're saying is like to take turbine blades from a big windmill or a big wind turbine. Sorry, I call it a windmill. And use the blade as like a pontoon or a sponson or a pontoon. Is that where we're going? Because that's actually sounds kind of cool. I'd like to see that. The blades should have a twist, but if you get them toward the end, the twist should not be that much. You should be able to use them. Those things are huge, right? Yeah. Do you have some? I want to see that. That's cool. As long as they're filled with foam or something and float. Billy says inflation sucks. Oh, it's just a way for the man to rip off everyone all at once with there's nothing you can. I mean, it's just a way of stealing from you without having to actually interact with you. It's just like, well, we just did it. You just lost half the value of your money. Yeah, it just happened. We didn't have to talk to you about it or come visit you or take any of the money out of your bank account. No, we just did this thing by ourselves over here and stole half the value of your money. Just like that. Nothing you could say or do about it. Oh, God. What a racket. Oh, inflation sucks. I thought about buying alcohol or sugar to retain value. Yeah, I mean, if you like alcohol and sugar and you can store it, go for it. Everything has went up everywhere and no apparent reason for it. It's not the Ukraine stuff. Oh, there is a reason for it. I mean, I'm sure there are multiple reasons for it, but didn't Joe Biden print out some insane amount of money a couple years ago or something? I don't know, maybe he's still doing it. I haven't been keeping up with this stuff, but last I heard, which was like a year ago, yeah, the US printed a huge amount of money and they said, it won't affect inflation. Everything's fine. Of course, as that money gets into the market, it slowly starts screwing up the value of everything, and the value of everything goes up because now there's more money out there. So, and there are all these people who are trying to convince everyone that that's not the way it works. The sky is not blue. The sky is actually green with pink stripes. And we've got scientific data to prove this. Look, it's a graph. And they say, all this propaganda nonsense. And way too many people believe it because they're too lazy to even think about it. Question everything, people. We're being lied to a lot. Then people even speak it like just normal people speak in lies a lot. Wendy, thumbs up. Nice. I love banana. Wendy, I love your hamburgers, by the way. I haven't been to a fast food restaurant in so long. That's funny. The last time I saw Wendy's was like a decade ago. Frosties. Billy says, I love bananas. I try to eat them every day. Too bad we can't grow them here too. They're great for kids too. I had a friend who was trying to grow bananas in New York, like in Manhattan. And he had like heat lamps and stuff. His banana tree did get like maybe this tall, but yeah, nowhere near producing bananas. Bob says, hi, Jaimie, I have an answer for you. Oh, about how well closed cell foam works. Oh, this is excellent. So just for some context, on my zombie chopper, my white boat, my little fast boat, I was thinking about filling a section in the back with foam because it's just an empty space. There's like it would just give me some peace of mind to know that if at any point there was a leak or something, there'd be a section of the boat filled with foam that would definitely float, right? But then I wasn't sure if over time it would start like losing cell wall integrity, and if water would start soaking into it gradually, which case would be worse because then it would actually be holding water, making the boat heavier. So Bob has an answer to this. We were talking about this a while ago. Okay, I bought a 20-foot long aluminum framed catamaran. Okay, a 20-foot long aluminum framed catamaran. I'm currently using it on my tide lands. I am hauling off old rebar. Tide lands, I don't know what tide lands are, but I'm guessing you're somewhere where there's a tide and there's an ocean. Okay, I'm presuming he's going to continue that in another message somewhere. Ever grow blue Java bananas? They taste like vanilla ice cream. Oh, well, I have not grown those. I want to get more varieties of bananas here for sure. I can definitely get the primitivas. That's pretty easy to find. But I've seen, one time I actually got my hands on these purpley pink bananas, and I planted one. They gave me one, like a little seedling, and I planted it, and I don't remember why it didn't make it. It was over at Deshana's house. I don't know what happens over there. Anyway, yeah, I definitely want to get more banana varieties. That sounds great. Blue Java bananas. I should start asking around, see if I can get all the varieties of bananas here. My styrocrat, I've been reading too long and talking too long. It's only 43 minutes. Okay, Bob says, my styrocat is unsinkable. So this was Bob who was talking about closed cell foam and how it'll work. So you've got styrofoam in this boat as the flotation, and it is totally good. Like, it's not letting any water in over a long period of time. How long have you had it? How long has it been in the world? Has it gotten water like sitting in the foam, like near the foam where it could soak it up for long periods of time? Okay, BK broiler. Oh, I could use a burger. Oh man. You know what it is? I haven't eaten in a while, and I'm cooking meat right now. Oh man. Oh, burger. Oh man. So once, many years ago, I was on a track and field trip. This is at university, and we were somewhere for a week, and I did not have a lot of money when I was at university. Like, I didn't buy books or any school materials really. I would just kind of show up at exams, and luckily I could figure out a lot of stuff. But like, I didn't buy any of the books. I was like, I had no money basically. And on this track and field trip, we were somewhere for a week, and we got per diem, which was, some money every day, which didn't cover much. But I was like, I want to save as much of that as I can. So I was eating 99-cent Whoppers because the Burger King across the street from where we were staying was having a special on 99-cent Whoppers. I ate a ton of those. Oh my God. I went to an all-you-can-eat place. Anyway. All right, BK Broiler. I hope you can make a video of harvesting those bananas. Okay, make a video of harvesting those bananas, Jaimie. Try to remember that. When you get the bananas, make a video of it. Okay. I actually have a video of harvesting bananas in my movie, in the Adventure Builder movie. But I'll try to remember to get one here. Billy says Roman concrete was made stronger by salt water and big chunks of lime made it last over 2,000 years. Yeah, so, well, that's not the only reason it lasted, but so from what I understand, with the volcanic ash in there, it had a reaction with seawater that actually made it stronger. And concrete, so that next to seawater is the most valuable thing about the Roman concrete. It was like the biggest difference between what we have today and then. Like concrete you have today, it slowly degrades in seawater. But the Roman concrete, because it had this volcanic ash, and the volcanic ash reacted with the salt in the water to make stronger something, it actually got stronger over time in the seawater. So that was really cool. And then the other thing is just the way the Roman concrete was made, it had chunks. It was basically like chunks of unreacted cement, more or less. I mean, there's obviously more to it, but it was basically like chunks of unreacted cement in the concrete. So that if you got a crack and water seeped in there, it would get to one of these chunks of unreacted cement, and it would start reacting and kind of fill in the crack. And it would be, these chunks were kind of all over the place. So it was self-healing, up to a certain point. At some point, all that would be used up, but it's pretty cool. Like right here in my wall, I see this hairline crack. It has been there for, I don't know, a long time. And if it had some of those unreacted cement chunks in there, it would seal itself. I got hairline cracks in a few places in my house. Nothing serious. Let's see. If the blade is 80 meters, you can take parts. Okay, this is about the wind turbine blades. Do you have access to some of these wind turbine blades? Yo-yoke? So basically, there's these giant windmills, giant wind turbines, and the blades are 80 meters long. That's crazy. So you could take like a 10-meter long section of one of these blades. I wonder what the full dimensions of that end up being. If you get the piece at the end, you should have like a decent shape to go into the water, right? Yeah, I want to. Dude, if you do that, you got to send me pictures and make some videos and stuff. It's trash. USA have a lot. Do you have access to them? That's cool. Yeah, one of the coolest things about the United States and Canada, just North America in general, is the amount of amazing garbage. I mean, it's also a terrible thing that there's so much garbage, but if you can get access to the garbage and use it to build things, it's just a free resource, right? Although it was really frustrating throughout my life when I was living in the United States to see it get harder and harder and harder to get access to the freaking garbage. Oh my God. Like, I remember when I moved to Vermont, like a million years ago, when I first got there, I was like, I don't know, 5 miles away from the scrapyard, like a landfill, scrap metal, had all this different stuff. And the scrap metal originally was just this mountain of metal. And every once in a while, they take a bunch, put it in a container and take it somewhere. I don't know. But you could just drive in there and start rooting around in this pile of garbage and take stuff, and no problem. And then, they started saying, oh, you can't do that. Well, all right, just go quick while no one's looking. Just don't spend long and don't climb in there. And then it just got harder and harder, to the point where I had to like sneak in to steal garbage, right? So this is one of the things where I'm talking about people creating problems that it's not a problem. Like someone using the garbage for a non-garbage purpose, that should be encouraged. That should always be encouraged. And you know what? I am happy to buy the scrap metal Just whatever I have to do. Just let me have the garbage and turn it into not garbage. Let's take that cycle, instead of turning everything into garbage, turn it back from garbage into something useful. That should be strongly encouraged. That should be 100% encouraged. We should be doing that anywhere we can do it. The only problem is screws with some people's profit margins. So no, you can't do that. These idiots are just ruining the planet and just like don't care. As long as I get their money, who cares, right? All right, Wendy, you've got another question. Well, this is excellent, Wendy. You should always bring questions. Do you have any ancient masonry ruins near you? Not that I know of. Panama had its own thing going, not Mayan, Aztec, or Andean. I actually don't know anything about like Panama history or ruins. I should look that up. That would be a cool thing to maybe there are some ruins around here that I just don't know about. I do know of an underground bunker somewhere, but I don't know exactly where it is. Supply and demand, yeah. I would like to use do-it-yourself backyard roller coaster plans to build a nice train and rail system at our summer festival. The track is made with PVC pipes and wood. Could you build a small roller coaster? I could totally build a small roller coaster. Are you asking me to build it, or are you just saying you're the general you? But yeah, man, that sounds awesome. Totally do it. Rock Shock says sending love. I'm not sure why, but yes. Oh, I know why. Because your fingers. Yes. Take care of them. Don't type too much. I totally get your message. Excellent. Edward says, for your kids so that I can learn from your videos. Oh, for your kids so that I can learn from your videos. Okay. This is the comment right before that. Could you build a small roller coaster for your kids so that I can learn from your videos? I don't think that a roller coaster is going to be important enough for me to build and spend the amount of time and effort and resources it's going to take to do it. Like I would, I built my kids a car and I want to finish that, and that way they can drive all over the place, not just where there's a track. But I think it sounds awesome. You should do it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. Unless, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say definitely not, but yeah, probably not. That would be epic. Wait, what would be epic? Oh, yeah, ruins. Mr. Landfill says, like, share, subscribe. Aren't I supposed to say that? Stop the video and say, everybody, hit your like buttons and ring your bells and what is the other stuff? Like it. I think if you like a video, that's just something you do inside your brain. I always thought it was weird when you click a button that says, I like that, just so everybody knows. I mean, I get what's going on. But, oh, shit. I just did the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. If the Panamanian Balboa was tied directly to US dollars, which I believe it is, I imagine the inflation would have been less there. Well, I think the inflation would probably happen slower here. It is probably happening slower here, but I definitely have noticed it. Most of my life is not very money centric. Like most of the time I spend, I'm not dealing with money at all. But I go to town and buy supplies, and here's something I got recently. I'm kind of excited about this. It's cheese blend powder. It was on sale on Amazon, and I was like, I should put a couple of those on my wish list just in case anyone sends me one. And then I saw they were like 60% off, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy a couple. Anyway. So speaking of inflation, like long-term storage food is kind of stuff I want to get, because you never know how bad this inflation is going to get. You could end up in a situation where you can't afford food. So it's always good to have a bunch of stored food. I have a bunch of extra peanut butters and some dry food like that cheese and stuff. Not as much as I should have though. I should definitely have some more. And obviously I'm trying to grow a lot. Trunk printed millions. Are you saying Trump? I think you're saying Trump. Trillions, I mean. Something like 40% of all US dollars produced over the previous 200 odd years was printed into existence during the Rona times. I don't know what the Rona times is. One day, I always watch stuff like that. I imagine there's still much there to be found. Oh, you're talking about the ruins, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the situation is with the US dollars. Spiritus seems to know some stuff. I don't know. But yeah, it would be really cool to find some old ruins around here. I always thought it would be awesome to like move into some old ruins and fix them up and stuff if it was something that could be fixed up. Of course, it's historical, blah blah blah. You can't really do that anymore. But I feel like the people who originally made it would rather someone use it rather than it just be preserved in its ruined state. Anyway, I think I'm at the end of comments here. Oh, let me reload them because sometimes I get stuck. Oh yeah, I totally am not at the end of comments. Oh wow, I missed a whole bunch. Oh geez. Okay, there we are. I love your solar boats, Billy says. Well, I love them too. Yeah, so fun. Bub Elvis says, here in the Netherlands, we had weeks of a lot of sun and wind. As a result, the price of electricity has dropped below zero. They're paying you to take their electricity? In other words, if you consume electricity, you get paid for it. Is that so the grid doesn't get overloaded? That's cool. Huh. Carbon dioxide is oxygen for plants. If you're anti-CO2, then you're anti-plants. Foam and old water bottles, BK Broiler. Musa or nada, purple banana tree. Oh, I'm just going to call it the purple banana tree. Sorry for the spam from Billy. Billy, I think you're fine. So you said you love my solar boats. That's not spam. That's great. There is another spam I didn't know about, is there? Okay, what is the out of focus light colored material obscuring the bottom left corner of, right here. Let me turn this around. Okay, that's just the edge. So I have the tablet sitting right here. So the camera is like looking out. So it's catching the edge of the corner there. And I don't want to move it over anymore because it'll fall off the edge. Well, it could turn a bit. Whatever, it's fine. Oh yeah, it's just the concrete windowsill that it's on. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, comments are being annoying right now. Let's see. Oh yeah, what is the out of focus thing? I'm enjoying, Bub Elvis says, I'm enjoying the SpaceX Spaceship Endeavour. Looking forward to the second launch of Spaceship. Hope it will reach orbit. Oh yeah, that's right. They just called it Spaceship, didn't they? Oh, smart asses. Spaceship coming into port. Everyone get ready for Spaceship. The SS Spaceship. The last one landing was interesting, eh? I don't know. Did it get interesting? I don't know. I haven't watched any of that stuff lately. Silica, the stuff in those packets with products to make them stay dry in cement, can keep it from cracking by dealing with water, sand in seawater, glass in volcanic ash, or hemp stem herds do that. So wait, if I put silica in my concrete, it'll help it deal with seawater? Oh my God. I'm gonna have to look up some information. Yeah, because I'm not using any concrete in seawater right now, but there are a few things where it would be really nice to just put a little concrete thing to help something not erode, you know. Pretty epic with enormous boulders of concrete flying around and spaceship doing cartwheels. Oh, sort of. Oh, so I don't know what happened with the spaceship. I dumpster dived a few $1,000s of stuff from GameStop dumpsters. I love dumpster diving. GameStop dumpsters. You know, I just downloaded a new video game, which is not new. Monkey Island. No, The Secret of Monkey Island. Because some people, my neighbor and some people on here kept recommending to me that I should play Monkey Island because, you know, I like old video games. Because when I wake up at 2 in the morning and I'm like, well, I'm not going to fall asleep for an hour, I'll just play some video game for it, which is what I did last night. But yeah, there was some old website that had Monkey Island free as abandonware. And I was like, well, it's a cool game. I haven't gotten very far yet. I just kind of was playing around a little. Today's concrete is made with ash from garbage incinerators. Is that good or bad? Scrap metal too, Billy says. I don't know what you're talking about, but I love me some scrap metal. Speaking of scrap metal, you know what? This is just going to be like random bits of like modern culture that I encounter. But you know what movie looks like it's going to be good? Is Twisted Metal with that Anthony Mackie. I just saw the preview for it the other day. Long story, well, it's not that long a story, but anyway, my friend and I the other day were talking about something in video games, and then Twisted Metal came up. So then when I saw a thing for Twisted, like trailer for Twisted Metal being turned into a movie, I was like, well, all right, let's watch this dumb thing. Looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Not like something where I feel like I would learn a lot of fancy things, but it looks pretty fun. Okay, Bob says, this is about the styrofoam boat. The styrofoam is exposed to salt water. The pontoons are only wrapped in canvas. Oh, the boat is 2 years old, fully buoyant, and new looking. So the styrofoam is not absorbing any salt water or any noticeable amount of salt water after 2 years. That's great. If you reuse garbage, you are not buying new product. Yep. So let's all destroy everything, fill the planet with garbage. Also, you know, people can make money. Oh. Most educational day in our school was when another student took me to the dump. Oh, the dump is amazing. Oh my God, I love going to the dump. With all that investment pipe, Jaimie could build a big roller coaster. I could build a lot of stuff with all that pipe, but I don't want to just use it. You know, it's for like, I can only use it for things that are like really, really good. Can you go tubing behind the zombie? Yeah, I mean, obviously you could. I don't think, you know, if I was in an inner tube going behind the zombie chopper, I don't think I'd be like skipping along the top or anything. I'm not going to be hydroplaning, but I could go fast enough for it to be fun. And I could put I thought about putting the kids back there, just like on a surfboard or something, you know, with a tow string. That would be pretty fun. Roller to rival the Pepsi Max roller coaster or something. Loops twist. Cheesy popcorn. Okay, so I'm gonna make some popcorn. Oh, I gotta check. Hold on, I gotta check what I'm cooking for a second. I'm sure my fire is dying down. Yeah, cheesy popcorn totally reminded me that I'm cooking something because I'm rendering fat from some pork right now, and I'm probably just gonna use it to make popcorn. In fact, I'm about 90% sure I'm just gonna use it to make popcorn. Maybe I will put some cheese on the popcorn. I don't know. It tastes so good already with the pork fat. Oh, pigs taste so delicious. Okay, Rona times equal pandemic nonsense. I'm still lost, but I'll take it. Rona times during the pandemic stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Bodeman says, I keep thinking there's someone behind you. That mirror looks deceptively like a window. Oh, well, look at that guy. Look, right. What are you doing? Yeah, it did come out pretty good. Okay, SpaceX Starship Test 1 was epic. 5-ton chunks of concrete launch pad flying 70 meters into the air. 5-ton chunks? Whoa. Wait, 5 1-ton chunks or several 5-ton chunks? I think you're saying like many 5-ton chunks. That's cool. Test 2 soonish with water-cooled steel launch pad. Twisted Metal screams Beam NG or whatever they were called. I have no idea what Beam NG is. I live on an island. I'm not keeping up with any of this modern culture stuff. I don't know what's going on. At Wendy, invite Jaimie to end the live stream if he wants to. Why? Am I supposed to end the live stream? Am I? Oh, you mean because I'm cooking? No, I still have time. I always try fixed stuff before buying a replacement. Scottish and skint. Haha. Oh yeah, totally, man. Yeah, that should be how everyone is doing. We should all be repairing stuff and just reusing stuff. And the stupid thing is, like, we totally have the capability to make things that will last like our entire lives. We're just not doing it for stupid reasons. Like there's no good reason that anyone ever has to buy a new pot or a car frame unless you crash it or something. Or like new pipes in your house or like a new roof. We totally have the technological capability to build a roof on a house that's going to outlast your great grandkids, right? But the economy. I think if we could get over just constantly replacing everything all the time, we would have so much time to do other cool stuff. Okay, anyway. I think Farm Simulator 22 would be a good PC game for children. It can teach them all the steps in planting and harvesting. Farm Simulator 22. Is it free? Oh, I'm slurping all my words here. Twisted Metal. Oh, you wrote Twisted Meal. You're using autofill in again. Twisted Meal looks pretty good. I'm amazed you have internet out there. I do have it. Well, what do you think I'm doing? This is on the internet. You know what's weird is I've gotten messages from people saying, "Oh, I'd really love to live the way you are, Jaimie, but I couldn't live without the internet." And I'm just like, how do you think I'm talking to you right now? Well, I don't know. How are you talking to me? That's crazy. I am using the internet. What? Like emailing with anyway. Okay. Basically how to be a farmer. This is Farm Simulator 22. Will it give me information on what to do with my soil? That would be useful. Yum, popcorn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go make this popcorn soon. I can hear my stomach. Look, it's like sucking in. I'm like going concave. I need to get some food in here soon. The nice thing about being hungry is like your six-pack shows awesome. Except unless you're covered in fur like me or whatever. Tell Jaimie that if he would like to end the live stream, that would be okay. Why is everyone telling me that? It's my live stream. I can end it whenever I want. Foam from fridge isolation. Polyester doesn't dissolve it. Yes. Typo mania, sorry. Totally fine with the typos. Beam NG is a physics gaming type sim that's used a lot now. Beam NG is a physics game. I see. Yeah, I'm not keeping up with any of this stuff. Repairing things you are used to saves stress and time on a new item's learning curve. That too. Oh my gosh. This is one of the reasons I stopped being so into computers. So like, I don't know, 400 million years ago, I used to be really into computers. Like I would, buy all the parts to build my own computer. I don't really consider it building a computer because like this stuff only fits together one way. Like the hard drive plugs into the IDE cable, whatever. Like it's pretty hard to screw it up. But anyway, I used to build my own computers and do all my own operating system stuff and mess with the memory and you just do all this stuff. And I was really into all the software to make things work better and stuff and programming and all that. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, with the learning curve of dealing with new stuff. Like computer stuff just started getting really irritating when the people programming everything kept changing how everything worked constantly for no good reason, not to give it any more functionality, just to be annoying. And I was like, I can't deal with this crap anymore. Simulators don't work. No substitute for experience. Well, I think simulators can be useful, but true. No, there is no substitute for real experience. And sometimes people ask me about like learning things that I've learned through experience. And a lot of times I'm like you can learn it up to a certain point through books or learning from someone, but until you do the thing, you're going to be missing like 3/4 of the important information. Like stuff you can't just learn. Like you got to get in there, You're going to get feedback from reality that you can't just artificially produce, In the winter, they put stuff on the road to rust out my car in Maine. Yeah, don't you just love that? Yeah, there are totally other ways we can do it, but don't let me get started on that. When AMC was bought by Chrysler Corp, exactly 1 year after the last car was sold and the warranties were over, they told all dealerships to dispose of all remaining parts. Nice. Edward says, Jaimie, I got job in a railway yard. Cool. The whole train and railway system is very dense with engineering ideas. Trains can pull a lot more stuff per gallon of diesel than highway trucks. Well, yeah, because they're on like a totally flat surface. It's like, yeah. A generation of computers is about 4 years, Wendy says. Oh, yep. Billy says the updates are even worse today. My Android phone wants to update apps every day. Okay, you know what I did last week? Or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I was trying to like get a computer to do something, and it was just like, no, I'm not doing it because I'm a modern computer and I can't do anything without causing a big ruckus. So I loaded Windows XP on a pretty new computer, which was kind of a pain in the butt, tracking down all the drivers that would work on XP. But I managed to find them, and anyway, I now have a pretty fast Windows XP computer, which runs all my old drafting programs and like a website editing thing and a bunch of other stuff. So that's great. It's ridiculous that I had to go back to something that's like, I don't know, 10, 20 years old, whatever, to get all this stuff to work. Wendy, are you Chat GPT? Just asking. That's funny. And the potholes there because they don't fix the road, destroy what's left of your car. Yeah. I stick with XP or 10, but drivers will be a nightmare if it's a 64-bit code. Yeah, I think my XP is 32-bit, and that's why it was difficult to find the drivers. But once I found them, everything's good. There's a kind of punk anarchist sailing society. Are you aware of them? I will Google the name. Please stand by. Well, thank you. 7 rather not 10. Yeah, it was when you said Windows 10. I was like, really? But Windows 7, yeah. I'm not going beyond Windows 7 right now. That Windows 10 is horrible looking. Too many Sims are made by Silicon Valley, HB1 visa, India natives who think a tracker is an amazing new invention. If you need Windows 7 licenses, I have legit, but 7 works on a few laptop. Blah. You have Windows 7 licenses, I think is what you're telling me. All right. I think I'm going to... Okay, yeah, I'm at the end of comments right now. Hopefully I can get that Sailing Anarchist Society name, but I'm going to go finish cooking and make some dinner. And I hope everyone has good dinner wherever you are, or breakfast or lunch or whatever you're doing, or sleep. And yeah, man, keep fighting. Don't let the man keep you down. Don't let the people around you push you around. Keep fighting the fight, whatever your fight is. And I will talk to everyone soon. All right, where's my button? CX up there. And are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes.